Long, long ago, in a land forgotten by time, Scott Cawthon made a whole bunch of games and no one is talking about them. How do I start this video? Well, do you guys remember FNAF World? Remember that boss based on Chipper & Sons? The last game Scott made before he made Five Nights at Freddy's? The one that basically everyone just kinda hated at the moment? Yeah, Chipper's Revenge was obviously played off to be a joke, but it's kinda clear that Scott had made a whole bunch of games before Five Nights at Freddy's, and I think it's finally about time that we talk about them. Now obviously, Scott is a really nice guy, and I'm sure he doesn't have any hard feelings toward anyone for not playing his old games. But I do think it's about time we talked about them, and a lot of them are available for free for you to play right now, so, you know, maybe you want to. And it's actually pretty interesting because a lot of these characters from his old games have made appearances in FNAF. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Mostly FNAF World and Freddy in Space and, you know, more of those light-hearted games. But they do show up, and it's very interesting. So what was the first game that Scott ever made? Well, sadly, it's not available anymore, but you can still kinda play it. Remember the Ultimate Custom Night demo? It was a troll game. That is a new, edited version of Scott's very first game. It was called Doofus. And this is what it looked like. Yeah, I have no idea why this didn't take off. It's amazing. Best game ever. 10 out of 10. Would IGN again. The first one that I think should look familiar to most FNAF fans is Legacy of Flan. Now, I'm not sure where Scott got the idea to make a video game about living desserts? Don't know what your idea was there, Scott, but okay, I'll deal with it. This game was an RPG, and it featured these little flan characters fighting against enemies, and it was weird. But it got a bunch of sequels. I don't know if that's because people played it. Doesn't seem like it. But Scott liked it and wanted to make more, and now there's like over 5 games, even an online one. Flan actually made an appearance in FNAF World. This is the oldest reference to past work that Scott has ever done, and there's gonna be more, trust me. Around this time, Scott got hired by Hope Animation, a Christian company who made animations, video games, and just all sorts of stuff about the Bible and God's teachings. Made a Pilgrim's Progress video game, an animated Pilgrim's Progress movie thing, and a bunch of little animated shorts for them. And I gotta say, it's kind of cool to see his older animations, and they're all available on YouTube, so I definitely recommend you check them out. That being said, some of them haven't aged the best.
Well, yes, the Celestial City is the other direction. Oh, really?
Oh, and did I mention that Scott predicted Thanos snap? Yep, that happened. And at this point, Scott was also making games of his own, trying to pay the bills with these small little games that he would sell on the App Store. But he was getting down because very few people were buying them, especially the ones which he spent so much time on. Probably the most well-known one apart from FNAF is the Desolate Hope. This one is a bit older, from 2011 I believe, and it's about a little coffee pot in space fighting robots inside of a computer? I don't really know. It's available on GameJolt if you want to play it, and it's actually really good. Sadly though, it never really got much attention. Scott also made a game called There Is No Pause Button, which should even look familiar even if you've never heard of it before. It's where he got his avatar. It even got a sequel called Rage Quit. He made Chipper & Sons, which is the game that got a lot of criticism and inspired him to make FNAF. And most of these games have made appearances in his latest FNAF games, mostly FNAF World. The Coffee Pot makes an appearance as a playable character, Anim Dude is a boss, Chipper shows up and his new Chipper's Revenge. A lot of the enemies are actually from Chipper & Sons. Sit and Survive made an appearance in troll games, and all of this made me kind of realize I would like it if Scott went back and maybe made a remastered version of some of these games, especially Chipper & Sons, or The Desolate Hope, or even just made a brand new game that wasn't just a FNAF game. I love FNAF, don't get me wrong, but if he made a brand new series, started a brand new game, I think there could be a lot of potential. I think he could really do these games way better than he did when he first made them, and it would be awesome to see this circle come to a close. So, if for whatever reason Scott's watching this, why not give it a try? I would enjoy it, I know so many others would. You have the audience to play these games now. I doubt that they would fail, I'm sure a ton of people would play them, and not just because FNAF, but because we like your games. Whew, alright, that was a lot. There's a lot of things that we just covered. And hopefully now this will encourage some of you to go back and play them. If you go on reddit.com/r/Scottgames, you can find a list of every game Scott has ever made, and most of them have a download link, so you can easily play all of these games that I've mentioned. And I definitely think it's worth a try, because some of them are really addicting. Go ahead, give it a try. But, let's be honest, there's a lot more here that we haven't covered. I mean, we haven't even gotten to Kitty in a Crowd. Ifer Moon. Oh, there's so much more that we have to talk about. Oh, wow. Alright, well, if we tried to anyway, this video would be a lot longer, and I meant for it to be pretty short, so let's say we just stop here, and I'll let you guys continue the search for these older, cool games. These games might not have ended up being as popular as Scott wanted them to be, but he still gained experience from them. If you look at his earliest games and FNAF now, you can tell how much he's improved. Even if he didn't get the recognition he wanted back then, they still helped him out to do better, to grow, and none of them were a waste. Well, I mean, Kitty in a Crowd was weird. So clearly there is a lesson to be learned here. Go on, try some of these games, I really like them. And in the meantime, thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, maybe subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed the video. I'm a YouTuber, I have to say these things, it's in the contract. And maybe I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.